Well, here we are back on the challenge again on Newbie Farm. In 19, it's now been given the name of Riverview, but still playing as Newbie on here. Now, I finished 16 off. Can't remember if I finished it up on screen last time or not, but that's done anyway, and we're now about to do here. If I can steer a straight line, trying to get right up to the edge of where the actual area was. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Better if I didn't keep touching the keys, of course. We just let it go roughly straight. We're just going to fertilise this bit. After the act of taking the weeder over the grass, then we will start to mow, and I think we'll mow down the other end first. And we should get a start on that today as mow and collectors to bring back the farm, to put in the bunker, to turn into silage, which we then sell. Now silage, the challenge of this map is that silage doesn't make much money. You start with 20 cows and plenty of bales of hay, straw and silage, but most equipment is leased. Well, I got rid of all the leased stuff. I got rid of all the stuff actually and start again. But before I got rid of the leased mix feeder, I mixed up a whole load of feed, my ration, enough to keep us going roughly a year, maybe a bit more, but certainly a year, and we should have enough stuff in the other bales to keep us going for the full 2 years. If not, we will have to figure out some other way, because I don't think I put the by bale mod. I'm not allowed myself that. We're also only using Giants equipment or Giants recognised equipment. This is the tractors from the Modern Classics pack. Weeder is standard. I think all I've got on top of the Giants own DLCs and the game itself, of course, is we have the straw add-on, which I'm not using anything out of, and I can't see myself using anything out of it. And the Massey pack, we may use something like that. If it comes down to the point of having to make bales, I might have to, silage bales, I may well have to buy the round baler of that and use the Ursus wrapper from the vanilla game. I know I could use the Kuhn, which does bow bales and wraps, but I don't think I'm going to use that. I think it'd be cheaper going the other way, the two-piece way, but that's only if we need silage. We don't honestly, I don't honestly know yet. I've been on this now 26 hours roughly, this map, and doing the same jobs all the time. We also do have some chickens. We start with chickens on the map, and every time I get 100 eggs, I sell those off. We run standard speed. There's enough to do to run at standard speed. And when I run out of things to do, I just fast forward time, then skip night, and start again the next morning. There's no attempt at realism in this. This is just to see whether, for my own interest really, to see whether doing 2 years with how Roy set the map up is possible. And so far I'd say it is. This is on hard settings, so the prices are depressed. And on top of that, as I said, Roy has cut the amount you get for silage a hell of a lot. I don't know if by the time you get this whether the version 2 of Riverview will be out for 19, but I've been playing around with that quite a bit just lately. Not the finished version, there's still some more work to do on the version I got, but it's looking very good indeed now. Roy's took aboard what several reviewers have said, and he's updated all of that. All the bits that they were saying could do have been updated, or most of the bits. I don't know if he's done everything, but it's kept him off the streets anyway. You can see where the field grass actually is there. I've run over, put all the edge here, and hell of a lot of it hasn't been fertilised, and that's just in-game grass, not field grass, or meadow grass, this was really. The field grass never thickens up like the meadow grass does, or it doesn't seem to anyway. But you get a better yield out of it because you can fertilise it the 3 times, and it's worth repeating again for those who are still playing 17 and haven't come across this. If you're doing a lot of grass, get yourself a weeder. First mow of the grass gives you 1 fertilisation level. As soon as you've mowed and collected the grass naturally, go over with the weeder, second layer of fertiliser. And as soon as it's on first cut stage, go over again and add weed for the second time, and you get all 3 stages of fertilisation. Apart from the depreciation costs, all the maintenance costs of the weed, it doesn't cost you a penny. Oh, and diesel of course. But it's a cheap way of fertilising grass fields. Won't work on 19 because on 19 weeders are actually weeders. They're not fertilising implements. So as soon as you find a little trick, the door's closed. Right, we're just about done here. We get this back. I'll go run for about 30 minutes again on this one. Make this about 30 minutes. I'll go. I'll come out. I can't actually see. The reason I have to do this out of cab because you can't. It's hard to see where you're fertilised in cab and where you haven't. As soon as we've got this done, get back in cab. Just wait for it to fold up, and we're going to get the mower on the front and the forage wagon on the back. Start collecting grass. Whoopee! And we've got a nice day for it, and tomorrow. We should get just about all the mowing done today, not in this episode, but today. Then we've got a few days of wet. We're not going to do much at all. The hardest thing I'm bumping between 17 and 19, and that's the same between 15 and 17, is where the icons are changed around. I keep looking now in the top left hand corner for the little picture of my tractor to find out what implement is highlighted, what end is highlighted. It doesn't work. I'm not using anything like manual attach. I'm just doing full cheat mode. I'll leave the weight over here. I haven't, also, you see the state of the equipment, I haven't got a wash here, so all the equipment is staying dirty, and I do use dirty rain. I do like that. I'm one of these odd people who don't mind seeing dirty equipment. I know a lot of people hate it, and it has to be clean. Me, I'm a slob. Also, I was looking at the bottom of the screen for the indication to come up that it's ready to attach, but because it's down the corner. This challenge I will do for the full 2 years. So we're still in year 1. We're August in year 1, late summer. So we're getting through. We've got all we're doing now, I think, to do one more time. We're running seasons on it, so we will have the fun and games of snow at the inappropriate times. And I can tell you on this map, getting around, if it's fixed snow, is I think the word is interesting. This bit of the map I know really well. I've spent a lot of time on these areas. And this is the big grass field. You start with 2, and remember on version 4 for 7, oh, Newbie for 17, all fields start grassed. I think they start on 3. You start doing that. And I've done it again. I'm always cutting in too close and hitting that dusty gator. Alright, let's come in. Get everything started to unfold. On down. And here we go again. To another load of grass. And because with seasons, I can't just leave the grass in the field lying there because it will disappear overnight. So you have to collect it as you're going, really, or be certain of collecting it in that same day. Talking about that, seasons is going ahead for 19. I think they're just getting some information back. I know I have seen tests and they are converting some of their files. They're getting people to convert their files over, ready for 19. Or to go on to 19. I don't know how far they got at the moment. But, same as Courseplay. Courseplay is... they're working on theirs on Courseplay, but there won't be a working beta released, unlike other years where they let one go early to certain people, only to have it end up everywhere over the internet. This year they're going to wait until the beta is playable. They still need a lot of fine tuning, as you know. Courseplay is a very complex little mod, as is Seasons, and they're working on that all the way through the 2-year life normally. Adding bits, taking bits away, improving bits. Now during the winter, the trees, I guess this end will go. Roy's told me I can gain quite a bit more field here, and that's the auto save coming in. If you notice that stutter there. Oh, and also interesting, you know, I've been saying I had trouble with the sound with my earphones, you know, the Wi-Fi on them, not picking up, or the wireless not picking up. I moved the little transceiver from hard against the computer back to, I think it's my head tracking camera that was plugged in. That had a through port, and I put the transceiver into the through port for the headphones. There haven't been any trouble since, so that's not the USB. It looks like something was upsetting the sending of it. Could have been electrical pulses coming from the PC, and they're moving it slightly further away from the PC has stopped that. I've still got keyboard flash every now and again. I think there is still this USB bus system that's condition it could be, but that's saved me several £100 to think about changing the motherboard, and it'd have to be the CPU, or changing those out. Wasn't looking forward to that. I could have went a bit closer there, couldn't I? Now I cut this at first cut stage. One very good reason for that. It works. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it there. I'm going to go on to GPS now. I almost thought there anyway, but just to make things a little bit easier. I don't know what that's doing over there. Let's try new. No, that's better. We go on that. Again, as I also say almost every time, I'm not too worried if I miss some, then I'll go ahead and make sure I collect every blade of grass, of course. But I'm not too worried, because we're going to have more than enough for what we want. We should get about between 5 and 10,000 out. Each time we do this from the silage, it's not a lot, mind you. The cattle are doing probably better overall. I'm not quite there yet. There we are now. What I'm going to do is just drop that front mar off. A couple of reasons. One, it makes the whole thing a little bit lighter for getting back up there, up the hill to the farm. And two, I don't. And I want to know how far I've got, and it's easier if I do that. I've actually got a courseplay course on there, but that'd be cheating. One of those jobs I have to do myself. I love saying that. I may well put courseplay onto it between videos just to get a little bit more of it done. Oh, the maps are beginning to roll it for 19 now, but I've settled on 2 on playing, and they will do me for now. One will be a long-term one. It's a family farm, which I'll really get cracking on with in the new year. At the moment, I'm recording this Old Year's Day. I've got to remember where everything is on here compared to, I've been playing Riverview on 19 a lot, and the setup's different. Well, the setup's a lot different because I've actually set up, put the placeables in for the farm on 19. Of course, yes, we had some left here from somewhere. Can't remember where now. Oh yeah. I don't want that in my face all the time. That should do it. Now let's get ready to go forward. Point in the right direction. Control I. There we go. Now, I can't remember if I close it automatically or not. No, it doesn't. That's not too bad. Alright, let's get back down to the field again. Looks like we need to clean the cattle out again. Keep those fairly clean because that's good a way as any of making best use of the grass. I'm not using the hay as grass mod either. Stopped using that on most of the 17 maps now. I find it more satisfying to play as seasons intended. And grass only sort of mid-spring, summer and autumn, and the rest of the time no grass. Right, let's remember that's over the far side, remember, right? Oh yeah, I can. No, I can't. Okay, not. Should be an indication I saw on here. You know, I can't. Honestly, can't remember now. The far side. Oh, you know. Well, I bet. I haven't got. I haven't. That's better. I can see where it is now. Put the collector down because I missed any. This is a good opportunity to get it. Now I know we've got to do in here this bit again. Alright, there we are. Look, we've got a little bit there. I'm not going to bother to do every. We do every 3 or 4 strips rather than try and turn too tight. It all gets done at the end. And we do. I think we do one more fill and then call it an episode. We're at 23 minutes at the moment. One more fill should just about take us to around 30. One of the reasons I use Audacity, it shows me how long I've been going. I know other mods will do that, but it just happens to be the one I use. I use it for my sound. Oh, this is a lot quicker now just using GPS. Oh yeah, 33% full. I ain't gonna take long. A mod we probably will not see on 19. Well, unless someone converts 17 version, I'll find a way to convert that over. It's upside down works for master boats, no makers of cattle and crops, so he's not likely to do much for farming sim, which is fair enough. I have no problem with that at all. Just to pick up one of the mods I use a hell of a lot isn't available. I mean, driving may not be improving, but I'm finding better ways of hiding how bad I am. Oh, what was 70? Yeah, we're gonna. Just swing her right round like that. We'll soon get this done. It's a nice fast job, this is. Glad it wasn't a challenge to have to keep ploughing a field. With a 2 or 3 bottom plough. I'm just trying to think of the really bad things you could do. Or for me, having to chop down all the trees on the map. It's a challenge, not what I'm willing to do. That's it. We're there again, that's another loaded. We're going to get quite a bit out here. Every so often I will have to stop and just compact the bunker. I think give it 3 or 4 in before I have to do that. Don't bother to compact it fully down, just about 50-60%. Just enough so we can drive over it comfortably. So the last chances too to get any more cows born. I'm not buying any cows. I did think about whether we should buy cows, but I think we're good with what we can breed. I think we've gained 1 so far. Newbie farm. Oh, the sign still survives in 19. I'm glad to see that isn't going. Hopefully that sign will stay for as long as we keep on making review Newbie or whatever he wishes to call it. Come in this way and swing around this side. I'm not going to get that many in here before I have to compact. Take this closest to the edge. Closest to the edge, I said. Should about run 1 in between those now. Check out his clothes. Yes, clothes in there. Let's have a look at it. Oh yes, get 1 in between and 1 that and that. Then we have to flatten out for the first time. Right. So I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider leaving a like. Don't expect too much of anything different on this series. This is all there is to it. Yes, I'll surpass myself. I'll built a whole series out of doing nothing, but often it's more. I was going to do this anyway because I was interested to see how Roy had set the map up, whether it was possible to do it, you know, like this. Myself, why not record it? Alright, anyway, so thanks very much for watching. If you like what you see, please consider leaving a like. If you're not a subscriber, go on, subscribe. Any comments, questions, queries, suggestions, or anything else you want to say, please shove it in the comments section under this video. I read every comment and I acknowledge, and most times reply to everyone. Unless it happens about 6 months later and I don't see it. Or YouTube's playing up again. Has been known. So I think with that, as we drive back to the field, At around the 30-minute mark, it's me saying cheerio for now. Cheerio.